Chapter 1, Revealing my crush on the best actor on a dating show. I revealed I'd had a crush on a guy for 8 years. The production team immediately had me call the guy I had a crush on. I stared at the phone number saved on my phone for 8 long years, a number I'd never dialed, and fell into deep thought. Finally, I grit my teeth and pressed the dial button. Just as it was about to go to voicemail, someone picked up, and a deep, magnetic voice asked, "Alara Davis?" In my nervousness, I hung up. The entire internet exploded, because the male voice sounded too much like actor Robert Miller. Robert Miller. Alara Davis reveals 8-year crush on actor Robert Miller. Alara Davis. These 3 hashtags instantly topped the trending topics on Twitter/X, and the whole internet was talking about Robert Miller and me. Alara Davis, stop chasing our favorite actor's buzz. Why does Alara Davis love chasing clout so much? Get lost, leave actor Robert Miller alone. But I honestly think that voice was actor Robert Miller's. I've been a fan for 5 years, there's no way I could be wrong. Guys, it really could be actor Robert Miller. They went to the same high school, prom queen and king, famous back in Northwood High. The commenter above is telling the truth, I can confirm. I was their classmate. Photo. The photo showed Robert Miller and me circled. As soon as the photo appeared, the comments flooded in again. Our favorite actor was so handsome in high school. It's true, handsome people are handsome at any age. I love actor Robert Miller so much. Alara Davis is so beautiful. Based on looks alone, they're a perfect match. To the commenter above, a CP can be niche, but not weird. That kind of woman, Alara Davis, isn't good enough for our favorite actor. Get lost. Spill it. Was that actor Robert Miller? My manager, Sarah, nudged me, pulling me out of the comment section. It was him. We were classmates in high school. Why didn't I ever hear you and I on it? We lost touch after high school graduation. Yes, Robert Miller and I hadn't seen each other since high school. Even though we were both in the entertainment industry, my status wasn't high enough for me to ever cross paths with him. Then let's ride this buzz. I'll go and snag some resources for you. Sarah, my contract duration is almost up. I'm planning to leave the industry. Sarah and I met during my graduating senior year of college. She saw potential in my looks, and I entered the entertainment industry with my own agenda. But I set a 3-year deadline for myself. If I didn't make it within 3 years, I'd leave the industry. It's almost been 3 years now. Ellie, you're so talented, you're really suited for acting. Are you sure you want to leave? Yes, I'm leaving. The deadline is up. Okay then, I won't try to talk you out of it anymore. After Sarah left, I opened a drawer in my dressing table and took out a photo I had treasured for 8 years. It was my graduation photo from high school, and the only picture Robert Miller and I had together. In this photo, he was standing on the far left, and I was on the far right. We were very, very far apart. But I really wished I could be closer to him, just a little bit closer. The next morning, I was woken up by Sarah's relentless calls. Ellie, get up. I booked you for a dating show, you have to rush to the production team now. As soon as I answered, Sarah's shout came through the phone, startling me awake. Sarah, why are you only telling me now, right before we leave? Hurry up, we're going to be late. On the way there, Sarah told me that one of the rising young actresses at our company had a scheduling conflict, and the director, seeing my buzz from yesterday, agreed to let me join this dating show. By the time I rushed to the location, 4 guests had already arrived. This dating show had a total of 6 guests, 3 men and 3 women, form ing 3 couples to live together in a villa for 5 days. Ellie, you're here, come sit down. The person calling me was Olivia, Best Actress Olivia, and the only guest I knew on this show. I had worked with her before on a TV series where she was the lead and I played her sister. Olivia introduced me to the other guests, rising young actress Chloe, young actor Liam Nelson, and A-list singer Ethan King. After greeting them, I started observing the surroundings. In the center of the hall, there was a big screen showing the live stream feed and real-time chat. This dating show was live-streamed, allowing guests to interact with the audience. Viewers could also vote for their favorite CP, and the couple with the most votes would receive a mysterious grand prize at the end of the show. Chapter 2. Actor Robert Miller and I are on the dating show together. Everyone, have you noticed that someone is missing? Director, a male guest is missing. Chloe raised her hand and answered. Chloe is right. Now, please welcome our special guest. The director smiled mysteriously. Everyone, guess who's behind the curtain? There's a prize for the right answer. Only then did I notice a large curtain in the corner of the hall. Through the curtain, I could vaguely make out a person's silhouette. Is this Robert Miller? No, impossible. How could Robert Miller be on a show like this? I must be mistaken. I think it's veteran actor David. No, I think it looks more like veteran actor Michael. It can't be Michael, he's still shooting a film on set. The director suddenly called on me. Ms. Davis, who do you think it is? I don't know, I'm not very familiar with them. Ms. Davis, just take a guess. It's okay if you're wrong. Seeing the director's expression, I knew this wasn't good news. Could it really be Robert Miller? Robert Miller, actor Robert Miller? I asked tentatively. That's right. Congratulations, Ms. Davis, you guess Ed correctly. Please welcome actor Robert Miller. At this moment, the chat was completely filled. Actor Robert Miller. It really is actor Robert Miller. How did Alara Davis recognize actor Robert Miller? Was that male voice yesterday really actor Robert Miller's? Guys, I'm certain there's something going on between them. Rob, why didn't you tell me you were coming? Chloe ran up to Robert Miller, blinking at him. So sweet, guys. Actor Robert Miller must have kept it a secret to surprise our Chloe. Shipping them. Couple goals. Robert Miller ignored Chloe and walked directly to the seat on my right. Actor Robert Miller also just decided to come this morning. Miss Chloe, please take a seat. We'll announce the rules. The director soothed Chloe, giving her an out. Chloe smiled slightly, a hint of grievance in her smile. Her fans cried out in sympathy. Guests can choose a partner they like to form a couple. Rob, can I be paired with you? Chloe walked up to Robert Miller. Miss Chloe, Ms. Davis guessed correctly, so Ms. Davis gets to choose first. Of course, the person chosen can refuse. Ms. Davis, please choose the partner you like. After a moment's thought, I decided to choose Robert Miller. Even though I'd probably get heavily criticized, fake couples are still couples, and it would be a way to fulfill my youthful dream. Mr. Miller, may I be paired with you? I nervously clenched my fists, afraid to hear Robert Miller's answer, yet full of hope. Chloe also looked expectantly at Robert Miller, waiting for his reply. Of course. Hearing Robert Miller's words, I immediately felt a wave of relief. Congratulations, Mr. Miller and Ms. Davis, on forming a couple. The remaining 4 guests, please start forming your pairs. The viewers in the live stream exploded. Woo-woo, my main UCP is gone. Our Chloe is going to cry. How could actor Robert Miller abandon our Chloe? To the user above, when were our favori? Actor and Chloe ever together? They were never together, how can you say he abandoned her? Guys, I'm starting to ship actor Robert Miller and Alara Davis. I think Liv and Ethan King should be together, they're such a good match. Chloe glared at me, her jealousy barely hidden. I pretended not to notice and continued to bask in my happiness. What kind of person she was didn't affect me. Finally, after discussion, Olivia and Ethan King formed a couple, and Chloe and Liam Nelson formed a couple. After the pairs were set, it was already noon. The production team only provided ingredients, the guests had to make their own lunch. Okay, let's divide up the tasks. Who knows how to cook? I definitely don't. Olivia was the first to admit she couldn't cook. She really could blow up a kitchen, I'd seen it when we were filming together. I do. I'll take care of it. Living alone for 3 years, with little activity, I really enjoyed cooking in my free time. I even created a secondary account to post food videos and act as an amateur food blogger. Then I'll help you out. I know a little. Robert Miller played a chef in one of his dramas. To portray the role well, he specifically studied in a restaurant kitchen for a while. Everyone, do you have any dietary restrictions? I took out paper and pen to jot them down. I don't eat scallions, cilantro, celery, garlic, eggs, not even a trace of the flavor is allowed, okay? And I want beef Wellington and buffalo wings. Chloe listed a long list on her fingers, then seeing my slightly furrowed brow, she pretended to look wronged and added, Alara, are my requests too much? But this is how I always eat. If it's not possible, then never mind. It's not too much. If we have the ingredients, I'll make them. The others said they had no dietary restrictions. Olivia and I can clean up the first floor. Ethan King also proactively offered to handle the cleaning. The remaining second floor cleaning Natu. Rally fell to Chloe and Liam Nelson. Liam Nelson and Chloe looked unhappy. What was the production team doing? They had to clean themselves? Couldn't they afford a cleaner? Chapter 3, Manipulative Chloe. This was the first time Robert Miller and I were alone together. I felt a bit flustered and didn't dare to look up at him. I took a deep breath and looked up, meeting his gaze. His eyes were deep, drawing you in irresistibly. Ms. Davis, is there anything I can help you with? I glanced at the ingredients the production team had arranged in the kitchen. Chloe's buffalo wings could be made, but beef Wellington was probably out. Still, there were plenty of ingredients. I could also make sweet and sour fish, braised pork ribs, steamed shrimp, and hot and sour shredded potatoes. Mr. Miller, could you please help me wash these vegetables? I put some needed vegetables into a basket and handed it to Robert Miller, then took a fish to the cutting board myself. With a series of quick actions, I quickly cleaned the fish. The viewers were stunned. Elara Davis can really cook. I thought she only knew how to do simple things. As someone who graduated from New Oriental Culinary School, I'm telling you, Elara Davis's fish handling skills are too pro. Her knife skills are amazing. You wouldn't have that kind of knife work without years of practice. Don't you guys think Elara Davis's fish handling is exactly the same as that food blogger, Nan Nan can't eat enough? Even the small habits are the same. The commenter above is right, Elara Davis must have learned from our Nan Nan. Ms. Davis, do you cook often? Your technique is really skilled. Robert Miller's low, magnetic voice sounded beside my ear. He leaned in slightly, his lips just 5 centimeters from my ear, his breath warm on my skin. My face flushed, and I stammered, living alone, I sometimes do. Robert Miller chuckled softly. Did it feel like Robert Miller was flirting with me? Was I imagining it? Rob, do you need any help? Chloe broke the atmosphere growing intimate. No thank you, Ms. Chloe. Robert Miller straightened up the moment Chloe walked in, his voice returning to its usual cool tone. Rob, don't be a stranger. We're so close. Chloe blinked playfully and chuckled. Ms. Chloe, I've finished making this. Can you help me take it out? I placed the freshly made braised pork ribs into Chloe's hands. Ellie, you can just call me Chloe, okay? Oh come on, Chloe, don't try to pull rank on Ellie. I remember Ellie is 2 years younger than you. Olivia also walked into the kitchen, taking the hot and sour shredded potatoes and sweet and sour fish she had stir-fried. It smells so good. I'm definitely going to eat an extra bowl of rice today. Oh, Ellie is 2 years younger than me? You look like. Chloe stopped halfway through, but everyone knew what she meant. She was implying that I looked older than her. Chloe, your maintenance is amazing. Can you introduce me to your regular doctor? I'm not very knowledgeable in that area, and I'm definitely not getting younger like you are, Chloe. If she can be passive-aggressive, so can I. Everyone in the industry knows Chloe gets minor cosmetic procedures every 2 weeks, plus various cosmetic treatments. She spends 6 figures a month just on her face. Chloe's face instantly turned green. Her public persona was always that of an all-natural beauty, someone who didn't get plastic surgery or cosmetic treatments. Now, being mocked like this on a live stream, she couldn't openly curse me out and could only suppress her anger. Ellie, you're joking. There's no doctor, it's just regular skincare. I rolled my eyes and ignored her, arranged all the dishes on the table, and called everyone over to eat. When Chloe came out of the kitchen, we were already seated. She walked straight to Ethan King's side. Mr. King, can I switch seats with you? No. Either sit here or Lou Avenue. Ethan King refused without hesitation. Chloe's face paled, tears welling up but not falling from her eyes, making her look pitiful and vulnerable. In the end, she chose to sit in the only remaining seat. Everyone knew Ethan King was the young master of King Enterprises, and Chloe couldn't afford to offend him. Chloe's fans exploded. Our Chloe is so pitiful. How can everyone bully her like this? Our Chloe must be too kind-hearted, that's why they're bullying her like this. Chloe is about to cry. Actor Robert Miller, hurry and speak up for Chloe. Chloe is so manipulative. Could it be that Chloe really did get plastic surgery? I've always felt there was something off about her face. To the commenter above, our Chloe has always been like this, where did she get plastic surgery? Show us the evidence. After being shut down, Chloe didn't dare to speak anymore. Everyone quietly finished the meal. It was this meal that won over the stomachs of the others. For the next period, I did most of the cooking. Thankfully, none of the other guests, besides Chloe, had any demands. Since it was the first day, and the weather was hot, the production team didn't schedule anything for the afternoon, allowing the guests to rest on their own. In the evening, the production team organized a night talk activity. The guests sat around together and randomly answered questions drawn from the real-time chat. Liam Nelson, who majored in broadcasting and hosting, took on the role of temporary host and was responsible for asking questions. First question, everyone, why did you come on this dating show? Because the production team paid too much. Olivia answered honestly. Because I wanted to see someone I haven't seen in a long time. Robert Miller's eyes were fixed on me. My heart was in turmoil, and I didn't dare to meet his gaze. Because a certain person came. Chloe smiled slightly, her eyes casually glancing towards Robert Miller. Chloe's glance was a clear hint that she was the person Robert Miller was talking about. Originally, her goal was to form a CP with Ethan King, but now that Robert Miller was here, a better option, she naturally changed her target. Second question, Olivia, what's your ideal type? I like guys who are clean-cut, sing well, and can dance. I heard Olivia and Ethan King had a good relationship privately. They were probably aiming for each other. Third question, Mr. Miller, we heard you and Ms. Davis went to the same school. Is the person you wanted to see Ms. Davis? All the guests gazed at Robert Miller. It wasn't just the viewers who wanted to know, everyone present wanted the answer. Chapter 4, The Best Actor Confesses Yes. In that instant, my mind went blank. I forgot everything that happened afterward, returning to my room in a daze. The trending topics on Twitter/X exploded again. Robert Miller zashwansto si Simeon hast seen in a long time Robert Miller public. The comment section was buzzing with discussion. Did I lose internet? I missed the live stream and was planning to watch the replay. How did they go public in just one day? User above, hurry and watch the replay, you'll be shipping them like crazy. Chloe is such a clout chaser. If actor Robert Miller hadn't admitted it was Alara Davis, I would have thought he came to see her. User above, our Chloe didn't say any names. How can you be sure it was actor Robert Miller? It could have been Liam Neeson or Ethan King. I suggest Chloe's fans get their eyes checked. Ethan King, stop chasing clout, get lost. There was a knock on the door. I thought it was the production team, but when I opened it, I saw it was Robert Miller. I didn't know how to face Robert Miller right now, and in my nervousness, I wanted to close the door. Robert Miller held the door open with his hand, looking down at me. Alara, don't hide. Let's talk. I let Robert Miller inside. The atmosphere was quiet, and I lowered my head, fiddling with my fingers. Robert Miller's laughter reached my ears. Ellie, am I that scary? Then let me tell you, the first time I saw you was in my freshman year of high school. Hearing freshman year, I suddenly looked up, because Robert Miller transferred to our school in my junior year. I hadn't seen him before that. That freshman year, you were feeding cats at Lakeview Park. I kept seeing you there, and gradually, I fell for you. Later, you stopped going to feed the cats. I thought we wouldn't cross paths again, but in my junior year, I transferred to Northwood High due to some unexpected circumstances. I had moved in my sophomore year, and my home was too far from Lakeview Park, so I never went back. After graduating high school, I wanted to confess to you, but you didn't come to the graduation ceremony. Later, I heard from other classmates that you had gone abroad. After that, you never came to any of the class reunions, and I thought our fate together had ended there. When I saw the trending topics yesterday, I was so excited. I found out you were joining this show and came right away. Robert Miller placed both hands on my shoulders, lowering his head to look me in the eye. Ellie, I've had a crush on you for 10 years. Can you give me a chance, okay? But back then, I overheard your conversation with someone. They asked if you liked me, and you said no. I accidentally overheard Robert Miller talking to someone back then, and hearing him say he didn't like me, I believed he really didn't. So, after high school graduation, before the exam results were even out, I went abroad as my parents had arranged. I barely returned for 4 years and never attended any class reunions. So that was you behind the door back then. It was only a month before the college entrance exam, and I didn't want anything else to distract you, so I planned to confess properly after the results came out. Robert Miller hadn't expected that one sentence would cause them to miss 7 years. Thankfully, it wasn't too late now. Ellie, can you give me a chance? We've already missed 7 years. Robert Miller's sudden confession left me speechless. I had never imagined that Robert Miller had had a crush on me for 10 years. I really liked Robert Miller, and I entered the entertainment industry partly to be closer to him. But now, with everything happening so suddenly, my mind was blank. Don't be afraid, take your time to think about it. 10 years have passed, I don't mind waiting a bit longer. As Robert Miller was about to walk out the door, I pulled him back. Robert Miller, let's try. Since I entered the entertainment industry for him, and the opportunity was right in front of me now, how could I refuse? Robert Miller's lips curved up. With a pull of his right hand, I fell into his arms. I buried my face in his chest, breathing in the faint scent of his cologne, and wrapped my arms around his waist. Finally, my wish had come true. After a few minutes, Robert Miller pulled us back slightly, cupped my face in his hands, and lowered his head. The moment Robert Miller's lips touched mine, my brain froze. My eyes widened, staring intently at him. Robert Miller's hands moved to cover my eyes. Darling, close your eyes. Robert Miller kissed me again. I don't know how long it lasted, but he released me the moment I couldn't breathe anymore. I gasped for air, feeling like I had come back to life. Robert Miller's eyes crinkled with a smile. I glared at him, which only made him laugh louder. Darling, now that you've kissed me, you're mine. Chapter 5. Dating on the show's dime. The task for the second day was for the production team to provide $100 as seed money, and the three couples had to figure out how to earn their own money. The production team wouldn't provide lunch or dinner. The guests had to pay for their meals with the money they earned. However, couples couldn't directly give money to each other, and any borrowed money had to be repaid during the task. The production team is so stingy. What can you do with $100? It's not even enough for one meal. Chloe complained, holding the $100 the production team had just given them. Director, $100 is too little, isn't it? Can you give us a little more so we can at least cover lunch first? Liam Nelson chimed in. But no one paid attention to them. The director's team just pretended not to hear. Ellie, do you have any ideas? Robert Miller sat next to me, secretly hooking his finger around mine. I glared at him and pulled my hand back. We had clearly agreed last night to keep some distance for now and go public after the show ended. How about we sell lemonade on the beach? I bet a lot of people would buy it right now. Robert Miller smiled dotingly. Whatever you think. Because the villa we were filming at was on the island, surrounded by sea, the beach was where most people were. Robert Miller and I decided to go to the supermarket first to buy the necessary supplies. To avoid causing unnecessary commotion, we both wore masks, and the cameraman filmed from a distance. In the supermarket, he pushed the cart while I grabbed things. We were like a couple who had been together for a long time. The viewers immediately started shipping us like crazy. How are they acting like they're together after just one night? What did I miss? They look like a real couple now. Did we miss something off camera? Are they going public after just one night? So sweet, guys. I'm shipping them like crazy. Woo-woo, our favorite actor is in a relationship. After buying the supplies, we went to the beach. There were lots of people by the sea. We found a good spot, rented a beach umbrella, and started setting up our table and items. I drew a simple sign on a piece of cardboard. Soon, a young couple came over. We sold cups for $8, which was $2 cheaper than other places on the beach. Because of the low price, we attracted a lot of customers and sold out all our prepared supplies quickly. Rob, we earned a total of $385. After deducting the $75 cost, we still made a profit of $310. I added up the money received from mobile payments and cash, and I couldn't believe we earned so much. Our Ellie is amazing. Robert Miller gently squeezed my face. Stop squeezing. You'll deform my face. I glared at Robert Miller, playfully assertive. Let's go, we're done for the day. I'll take you somewhere good to eat. Robert Miller and I packed up our things, planning to eat lunch first, then prepare more supplies to set up shop again in the afternoon. Ellie, can I talk to you about something? Chloe and Liam Nelson suddenly appeared. Chloe linked her arm through mine. I just saw your business was doing really well. Could we borrow some money? We spent our money on lunch and now we don't have any for dinner. I looked hesitantly at Robert Miller. I knew perfectly well that lending money to Chloe and Liam Nelson would be a one-way street. I didn't care about the small amount, but we had to follow the production team's task rules. We didn't make much, just enough for ourselves. You'll have to figure something out. Just as I was struggling with how to politely refuse, Robert Miller spoke up and flatly refused. Rob, please lend us a little. We'll pay it back. Chloe's voice was laced with a hint of pleading and grievance. No. Liam Nelson's face darkened after being refused twice, but he knew he couldn't afford to offend Robert Miller. He pulled Chloe away. In the afternoon, we had planned to continue selling lemonade. But when we arrived, the spot where we had set up our stall that morning was already occupied by Chloe and Liam Nelson. Ms. Davis, Mr. Miller, we're so sorry, but we got here first, okay? You don't mind, right? Ms. Davis and Mr. Miller definitely won't mind. After anyone can rent this spot. Chloe and Liam Nelson said, playing off each other. I fought the urge to roll my eyes and told myself not to let it bother me. I said with a fake smile, of course not. I wish you both great business. I pulled Robert Miller away. Since their group was selling lemonade, we had to switch to something else. How about we sell sushi? We can sell the leftover lemonade too, maybe $8 for a sushi roll, or $10 with lemonade? What do you think? We decided to go for it. Robert Miller and I went to buy sushi ingredients first and found another stretch of beach to set up our second stall. Chloe and Liam Nelson's lemonade sold out quickly. They even came over to our spot, bragging that they had made over $1,000. While lemonade has a good profit margin, making over $1,000 in 3 or 4 hours wasn't realistic. Later, I found out through Olivia that they had relied on their fans buying drinks, raising the price to $30 a cup. But none of that mattered to me, because I was going on a date with Robert Miller. The evening was free time. On the island, most residents were locals, so we just put on masks and went out. Rob, there's something going on over there, let's go check it out. When Robert Miller and I reached the beach, a bonfire party was just starting. Men and women were singing and dancing around the bonfire, exceptionally joyful. They were all wearing unique traditional clothing. The accessories on their outfits made vibrant sounds with their dancing, complementing the movements perfectly. The scene was captivating, and everyone looked full of spirit. I pulled Robert Miller, and we squeezed to the front. In the center circle, a couple was doing a passionate dance, their expressions heated, their moves bold, earning cheers and applause from the onlookers. Watching that couple dancing in the middle, I really wanted to dance too. I remembered Robert Miller was also a great dank. A video of him dancing had even trended before. Rob, I want to dance too. I hadn't seen Robert Miller do a passionate dance before, and I wondered what it would be like. Then let's go. Robert Miller led me to the center. The couple who had been dancing moved aside, giving us their spot. Robert Miller and I moved our bodies in sync. Robert Miller's hand boldly stroked my back, and our lips were almost touching. Because we were so bold, everyone around us stopped to watch. Then, someone shouted, "That's Robert Miller, actor Robert Miller." Robert Miller and I hadn't expected someone to recognize us on the island, even with masks on. Instantly, everyone was looking at us. Robert Miller pulled me, and we rushed out of the crowd, running far until we reached a deserted spot and stopped. We looked at each other and burst out laughing. Chapter 6, Going Public. Robert Miller dancing. Robert Miller, Alara Davis dancing. These two topics instantly topped the trending topics. The blogger who filmed the video originally just thought the dance was too amazing and wanted to share it, but then netizens recognized, isn't that actor Robert Miller? Our favorite actor's dancing is so sexy. I love actor Robert Miller even more now. I never imagined actor Robert Miller was like this in private. Seriously, guys, who understands? To be able to see actor Robert Miller's sexy side in my lifetime, I can die without regrets. Didn't you notice Alara Davis? She's so sexy too. I'm starting to question my sexuality, Because of this wave of excitement from Robert Miller and me, Twitter/X crashed, and a large number of fans gathered on the island. We no longer dared to sneak out for dates. It was the last day of filming, and the activity for today was going to an amusement park. I love all sorts of thrilling rides, and I dragged Robert Miller everywhere to play. When we got to the haunted house, Robert Miller's face was full of refusal. Rob, are you afraid of dark? I hadn't expected someone as cool and distant as Robert Miller to be afraid of the dark. Don't be scared, I'll protect you. Just hold on to me. Who says I'm afraid of the dark? Let's go, we're going in. Robert Miller refused to admit he was scared of the dark. How could he show weakness in front of his girlfriend? He absolutely couldn't admit it. After entering the haunted house, Robert Miller's hand gripped mine tightly. His palm was slightly sweaty, and he stood rooted to the spot, afraid to move. It took all my strength to pull him along. After coming out of the haunted house, I saw Robert Miller's face was slightly pale, and there were beads of sweat on his forehead. Rob, you really are afraid of the dark? My eyes crinkled with a smile, as if I had discovered something incredible. Robert Miller snorted, showing his displeasure at me teasing him. Rob, there, we're not scared. I'll protect you. I quickly kissed his cheek. My man, I'll comfort him myself. So sweet, so sweet. Actor Robert Miller, who's so cool and distant, is actually afraid of the dark. The contrast is adorable, he's too cute. Whoa mom, I'm shipping a real CP. Night fell, and the city lights lit up. For the last activity, we went on the Ferris wheel. Since only 2 people could go up on the Ferris wheel, the cameraman couldn't follow us. We could only take microphones up with us, while the cameraman waited below. Ellie. Robert Miller walked from the opposite seat to sit next to me. As the Ferris wheel reached the highest point, his soft kisses landed on me. The gentle kisses gradually turned into a lingering, passionate one. The small cabin was silent, the sound of our deep kiss echoing clearly. After a long while, he finally stopped the passionate kiss. Our foreheads rested against each other, and I could still see a glint of moisture on his lips. Viewers exploded. Production team, send the drone to film. Go, go. If you don't have the budget, we'll chip in. I'll pay. Can you let us see? Ah, our favorite actor's voice is so hot. That night, Robert Miller posted on Twitter/X with the caption, "Loved you at first sight 10 years ago, finally got my wish 10 years later, photo." The photo was one he had secretly taken of me feeding cats in the park 10 years ago. Robert Miller Alara Davis Ferris wheel kiss Robert Miller 10 years wish granted Robert Miller crushed on Alara Davis for 10 years so actor Robert Miller had a crush for so many years too, woo woo. Congrats to our favorite actor on getting his wish. Our Alara is so beautiful. Alara, we're entrusting our favorite actor to you. You two must be happy. The best actor is so devoted, he actually had a crush for 10 years. Shipping them. Is this mutual pining? It's so shippable. Seriously, guys, who understands? My favorite actress became our Alara. Of course I was happy, because I was on a 7-day trip to the Maldives with Robert Miller, using the money the production team provided. Extra one another year passed, and Robert Miller won the Best Actor award again. When accepting the award, the host asked him to give his acceptance speech. He said, "The person I should thank the most is my girlfriend, Alara Davis. Without her, I wouldn't be who I am today." The host was puzzled. "Ms. Davis has already left the industry, how could she still help you?" "Because she went abroad back then, I wanted her to still be able to see me even overseas, so she wouldn't forget me. That's why I chose to become an actor in my sophomore year of college. Now I've done it. Not only has she seen me, but she's also become my girlfriend. Oh, and soon, my wife. We're getting married next month, and everyone is welcome to attend." The news of actor Robert Miller choosing to get married at the peak of his career instantly dominated the trending topics. Everyone envied Alara Davis. Extra 2 Rob, why are you home so early today? I remember Robert Miller had a night shoot today and should have been staying on set tonight. Alara, Rob felt nauseous and dizzy on set today, so he took leave and came back. Robert Miller was in the middle of filming a scene with an actress where they had to stare into each other's eyes. Just a few seconds into the eye contact, Robert Miller suddenly bent over and started dry heaving. The actress's face darkened. Was she that ugly in Robert Miller's eyes? He started gagging after just a few seconds of looking at her. In the end, Robert Miller's manager, Mark, had to apologize to her, explaining that Robert Miller had an upset stomach. Only then did the actress's expression improve a little. "Rob, maybe we should go to the hospital for a checkup?" "I was planning to go anyway." "Ellie, what's wrong?" Robert Miller took a sip of the warm water Mark had brought him, and his complexion recovered a little. "My period is over 10 days late. I was planning to get it checked out. The pregnancy test report came back, I was over a month pregnant. Doctor, why am I not experiencing any morning sickness at all, but my husband has started throwing up?" Robert Miller's test results also came back fine. "That means your morning sickness symptoms have transferred to your husband. He gets like this when he's too nervous. Throughout the entire pregnancy, I wasn't bothered by any pregnancy symptoms. Instead, Robert Miller was so afflicted that he lost a full 10 pounds. Ellie, let's just have this one." Robert Miller kissed my forehead. "After I gave birth, he scheduled a vasectomy. Just as Robert Miller wished, I gave birth to the little princess he had long awaited." Extra 3 Mommy, what's this? 3-year-old Lily Miller laboriously dragged a large photo album in front of me. The album was covered in dust. It seemed it hadn't been looked at in a long time. I wiped the album clean with a tissue. "Lily, where did you find this?" Lily Miller was at that energetic age where she loved rummaging through things, always leaving the house in a mess. Every time I wanted to scold her, her little wronged expression made it impossible for me to do so. Lily found it in Daddy's study cabinet. I flipped through the album. Inside were photos of me, feeding cats in the park, studying diligently in the junior year classroom, playing with classmates on the school playground, and a graduation photo showing him and me from behind. At the very end, there were even costume-fitting photos of various characters I had played. "Mommy, this is Mommy." Yes, this is Mommy in Daddy's eyes. We had a lifetime ahead to make up for the 7 years we missed.